Good morning, how's it going, guys? My name is Mr. B. Welcome back to another video. So today is the second installment in a random series on the channel called Mr.B Talks, and it's where I share a part of my life with you guys. So I have another story for you guys today, and it's from when I was when I was just a wee lad, a little peanut. So I was in middle school, okay? And to preface the story, I have to give you the setting, if you will. So the setting, set the stage for you guys. The school had raised some money. We had built a new building. It was a brand new building, just sparkling in the sunlight, right? It was brick, so it didn't sparkle, but but it was a nice building, okay? So we all moved over to the new building. It was very nice, and we were all walking around and adventuring throughout the new building over the next few weeks. One day, I went to the restroom during a class, and I get there, and just happens to be that one of my best friends is right there in the restroom. He had left his class as well. So we're sitting there, we're washing our hands, we're talking, just chilling, being, little immature boys, I guess. My friend, he notices a cube on the wall. It was slightly raised from the wall. There's a key in the door. He walks over and he turns the key and opens it, and inside is the Narnia, if you will, of school buildings. It was actually just a door to the ventilation shaft. So, yeah. So we open the door, and all of a sudden we hear sounds. We hear noises entering through the hole. So we listen and we discussed, and we agree upon several voices that we identified as certain teachers or staff members, if you will, that we know. So what did we do? Well, we came up with the plan. It was a rather immature plan. Now, the plan was to scare the teachers, and for whatever reason, we thought that it would be funny to open the door upstairs and to hear them be scared through the vent. So, the next day, I went upstairs, I opened the door, and I was in the bathroom. I opened the door, and I'm sitting there, and my friend goes downstairs. Now, for those of you that have ever had any experience, if you will, with fluorescent lighting, you may know that if you place the switch just right in the middle, you will get a strobe-like effect to the lighting. It won't be on, it won't stay off, it'll strobe very, very quickly. Now, the thing about their office that you have to know is they had millions of switches that all controlled the same lights. Why you would build a building like this, I still don't know. But it came to our advantage. You see, they wouldn't know which switch he was messing with. And if he wanted to, he could switch switches, because the doors, they had several doors to the same office. So he entered the building. There was a wall, a dry wall, if you will, right here beside the switch. So he quietly entered, moved it into an off position. I heard the screams bellow through the air shaft to me. he moved it to the in-between position, the strobe. The screams howled. What are these adjectives? The screams howled through the air shaft. I found this to be hilarious. He went between. Now, you see, this was the end of the plan. There was no next part until this happened. I began to hysterically laugh at the teacher's screams. Imagine yourself in an office, the lights flick off, what's going on? Why did I give myself that voice? The lights flip off. The lights flip on. They enter a strobe. What could be happening? Because that's how all teachers sound. So I began to laugh, and the lights are flickering, they're strobing, and out of every single air vent around the entire room, you hear the maniacal laughter of a 10-year-old child. It would be terrifying. And I don't think they found it funny. Anyways, so I heard them mentioning a ghost, or a haunting, if you will. That was the end of the plan. He turned the lights on, he left. I closed the door, we discussed it, and the next day we came up with something much, much better. We went back to our positions the next day. He began to flick the lights on and off and place them into that strobing position. The teachers began to scatter. He says, to this day, that he flipped it off, ran to another door that they had already checked that light switch, and began to strobe it over there. Genius. I began to play up this haunting, if you will. I began to into the vent. I'm sure it was much higher than, because I was a very small boy. But it was terrifying. The teachers, I heard women scream, and I began to explain how they had built this school building on top of my dead child body, and I was going to eternally haunt them. I was nearly done explaining when suddenly the fire alarm begins to strobe, and the annoying sound. I panicked, locked the door. My friend panicked, turned the lights on, and left. We found out later that one of the teachers began to enter such a state of panic that she pulled the fire alarm. So she preached for 6 months straight about the room being so haunted, and every now and then we would just enter and strobe the lights and leave. She tried so hard to get them to move the office, and she threatened to quit multiple times. And now to this day, she still has her office in the complete other side of the building by herself. And she tells everyone that's new not to go in the office. Oh boy. Whew. I hope she never sees this video. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed part 2, or the second video of my Mr.B Talks series. Let me know if you did by smashing that like button, and if you want to see more of these in the future, please let me know. Hit that like button. Let me know on my Facebook and Twitter. Links to those are in the description. Also, make sure you subscribe. You can do that by hitting the subscribe button that's on screen right now. Should be right beside my head somewhere. Yes. Also on screen, right about here, you will find my newest videos. If you haven't seen those, make sure and give it a click, check it out. I had an amazing game of Master Chief Collection team doubles. Finally got the video out to you guys right here in the center. Make sure you click that and check it out if you haven't seen it yet. With that, guys, I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next video.